Welcome back to the Untouchaballs podcast. Caden and Evan here, bringing you our weekly pick'em episode. Evan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty great, Caden. I can't lie. I had a pretty amazing weekend. So, how about yourself?
Talking about that good weekend. I'm doing good as well, Dwyer. I wish my weekend was as good as yours though, because this week, Mr. Evan Dwyer went 5-3 in the college football picks, and 7-1 in the NFL. A nice 12-4 week for Evan Dwyer.
Yeah, boys. You want to hate on how I say names? Go ahead. But your boy picks right games. He gets the locks right. All right. All right.
1-1 on locks this week.
I was 1-1 on locks this week. But NFL, you better watch out. 12-4. You already know the boys are bumping.
Yeah, Evan had a great week. Good for Evan.
Yes.
I went 3-5 in NFL. Lost the last 4 games we picked. And yeah, you also got Bengals money line. I think you should bring that up too.
Like 100%. Like I said, I love betting the home team on a Thursday night week. I think, especially when they're an underdog, it just feels you have the best chance.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get into this week's slate of games now. As kicking it off on Saturday morning in the college slate, you got the Ole Miss Rebels coming off that tough loss against Georgia last week. They'll be on the road against the Oklahoma Sooners, where Oklahoma is a 4.5-point favorite.
Caden, I like Ole Miss trying to cover this game here. I feel like Ole Miss, they've had a pretty great year outside of that last loss, which definitely hurt, but definitely seemed like a good rebound week for them. I still believe this is a really good football team. And although I think Oklahoma is a good football team too, I just think them being dogs, I like them in this spot.
Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss, we should have got a cover last week in that game, 100%. But they were up 9 going in the fourth, get outscored by 17 in that fourth quarter, so we lose by the hook. Lovely. And I mean, but Ole Miss's offense was looking very good in that game at the start, and like throughout that whole, except really the fourth quarter, that offense was kind of moving with Chambliss at the helm. And then Oklahoma, tough loss against Texas 2 weeks ago. Then you go into South Carolina last week. John Mateer's looking back to form. This defense is legit. And I think you coming into Norman, Oklahoma, you have to go face the Sooners there at their home place. This is going to be a tough road trip for this Ole Miss team. 2 teams still fighting. Oklahoma still fighting for the chance, make the playoffs as well. Mateer back at the helm. He's looking healthier now. I mean, if we remember, he was the preseason favorite before he went down with that, or the Heisman favorite, before he went down with that injury. So John Mateer's a great quarterback. Their defense is really good as well, so I will be taking Oklahoma minus 4.5 in this one. The next game we got is a big group of 5 matchup, as the South Florida Bulls are going to be on the road against the Memphis Tigers, where South Florida is a 4.5-point favorite.
South Florida's had a very weird year, Caden, obviously. We've seen them have some pretty highs and some also lows, but I do like them here on the road, too. I feel like they could go in and take down Memphis. Like I said, I think there's a better football team than Memphis right now. So, yeah, I'm riding South Florida here.
Yeah, you're right. South Florida has been weird this year. They started off great, little dips and stuff, but they're still winning ball games. They're still doing good. Memphis was one of the favorites to be the group of 5 team that goes to the playoffs. Are still one of those favorites, but last week a big bad loss to UAB week after they fired Trent Dilfer. You go in and lose as 22.5-point dogs against that UAB team, that Blazers team that's just not good. That's a tough look for this Memphis team. But Memphis, they're still fighting for this playoff spot, because the winner is going to come out of the American Conference. It's going to be South Florida, Memphis, Tulane. It's going to be one of those 3 teams more likely than not. And this is a big matchup here, because if South Florida wins, it's going to be a long shot for Memphis to even have a chance to play in that conference title game. Memphis wins this, they're right back in here. Well, I don't know if they'll win it. I do think they keep it within that 4.5. Keep it within that field goal. Keep it close. Give me Memphis plus 4.5. Then, getting into our afternoon slate, you got the number 14 ranked Missouri Tigers on the road against the number 10 ranked Vanderbilt Commodores, where the Commodores are a 2.5-point favorite.
Caden, man, this freaking Vandy team is good. I mean, we've been picking against them all year, and it's just been killing us. And I'm changed. I'm going to Vandy here. At home too, like they've proved down the road and stuff like that. this is a good football team. I feel like it's time to really believe they're top 10 in the country for a reason. Give me Vandy here.
Yeah, I mean, Missouri has shown us a lot of good things this year. They've been able to win games, keep things close against these tougher opponents. But you're right. Vanderbilt's just the better team here. They've shown us throughout the season, whether it be on the road or at home, they can come in, win these big games. We're able to knock off LSU just last week, and I think LSU's a much better team than Missouri. And maybe not much better, but definitely a better team than Missouri. And so now you get Vandy at home again against this Missouri team. Yeah, I'm with you here, Dwyer. Give me that Vandy minus 2.5. Next, we got the BYU Cougars. They will be on the road against the Iowa State Cyclones, where the Cyclones are a 2.5-point favorite.
This is a tough one, Caden. This is one of those games where it's just like I feel like it could go either way. I'm liking the home team here, even though in Iowa State last time I picked them didn't go well. But I like them rebounding here. In a close game at home, I'll take Iowa State.
This one's tough, interesting, yeah, because like you said, a couple weeks ago, they really choked for us against Colorado. And then last week, the Rock went back to look good again. You're like, okay, maybe. But I don't know. This BYU team, I think, is legit. One of the better defenses, especially in that Big 12. Bear Bachmeier played a great game against Utah on Saturday night to go in and get that upset victory against the Utes. And I think BYU, on the road, even though they are on the road in this matchup, are going to come in and get a big conference win and much-needed conference win here against this Cyclones team. So, yeah, BYU plus 2.5 here on Saturday afternoon and on the money line. Also in this afternoon slate, we got the number 23 ranked Illinois fighting Illinois, and they will be taking on the Washington Huskies, where the Huskies are 4.5-point favorites.
Caden, I'm going to be taking the dog in this one, and I'm going to be taking, this is going to be my lock. I'm taking U of I in this one, Caden. This team has been really good this year. Only 2 losses on the year are to the number 1 ranked Ohio State and number 2 ranked Indiana. I mean, underdog here. I love their money line. This is just a good football team, and no offense to Washington and all. Just I feel like Illinois is set up here to go on a run here, and I feel like it really starts with this game right now.
100%. I'm with you on the Illinois plus 4.5. And I'll probably be with you on the money line as well. And it's like, I think Illinois can cover, but for sure. But the thing that will determine if they win this game or not is if they're going to be able to slow down Jonah Coleman. The running back for Washington has been one of the best running backs in college football this year. Great speed, great burst out of the box, out of the tackles, and he's able to get these big long runs, extend drives for this Huskies team. That if this Illinois defense is able to slow down Jonah Coleman, then that's when that money line really comes into play. They come in on the road to win this game. But even if Jonah Coleman has a good game, I still think Illinois is going to do enough to cover that 4.5. Next, we got the Texas Longhorns coming off an overtime win against Kentucky, as they'll be on the road against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, where Texas, my bad, is a 7-point favorite.
I hate Texas. I hate the Longhorns, man. They just can't get them right, man. They screwed up my locked pick last week. Kentucky's a bad football team. They've just been bad. You can't tell me that they haven't been. You barely won that game. Texas here's on the road. Give me Mississippi State. Out of pure hatred for Texas right now, I'm taking Mississippi State.
I'm on Mississippi State, too. I mean, they were at home against Florida last week, only lost by 2. I think they'll be able to keep it close with this Texas team who just underperformed all season, and the O-line's not great. Arch ain't great. So it's just been a struggle for the offense. Obviously, you still have one of the best defenses in the country, and I think you will be able to slow down. I mean, not give up a lot of points, obviously, to Mississippi State, but I don't think this offense is going to do too much because they haven't shown us that they can do a lot at all this year. So, yeah, I'm with you. Mississippi State plus that 7 points. Now, get into our night slate for the college football. We got the Texas A&M Aggies, the number 3 ranked Texas A&M Aggies. They'll be on the road against the number, I don't remember what LSU is ranked, but they will be in Death Valley against the LSU Tigers, where Texas A&M is a 2.5-point favorite.
That's just not enough for the number 3 ranked team in the country, man. A&M all the way. We saw last week LSU it was Vandy they lost to last week, correct? Yeah. I mean, I get LSU's at home here, but A&M's a legitimately good squad. I feel like they aren't talked about enough, honestly. Yeah, give me A&M all the way.
Yeah, no, A&M is a great team, but I still think this LSU team is good. I mean, you look at it, you look with the way you look at it, like LSU on the road against Vandy last week. They actually put up points for once, but then the defense also didn't look like their typical self. You come into this matchup against A&M, this offense I don't think is as explosive as maybe Vandy's. It's still a very good offense, but I don't think LSU's defense, especially at home in Death Valley, is to be able to slow that down. This is tough. I wish, it was like a 3.5 point spread. I'd feel a lot more confident here. At 2.5, it's close, but I am still going to take LSU here. I think at home, they're going to do enough to keep it close, maybe pull off the win in the end. Next, we got the 6-1 Houston Cougars. They will be on the road against the Arizona State Sun Devils, coming off a big upset win against Texas Tech last week, where ASU is a 7.5 point favorite.
This is a tough one, man. I feel like it's just like that hook makes it difficult. But I am going to be riding here with Houston. I feel like that's just that extra hook does help them out. But you're riding high off a big win, like you're talking about. I like this Arizona State team. It's just I'm taking it purely off that hook.
Yeah, I really like this ASU team. They're still very much in the mix to win the Big 12, which I'm still hoping for with that preseason ticket. Sam Leavitt looked great against this Red Raiders team last week. Yeah, they had a backup quarterback in. And that concerns me a little bit with the defense, but that offense is still great. Jordan Tyson's an awesome receiver. That offense is still really good. I don't know. Their defense, though, is where the question marks come in. Houston, 6-1 this year, in my eyes, should be a ranked team. They should be somewhere in the back, like the 20 to 25 range, I think. I mean, 6-1, they've looked good all year. And like you said, with that hook there at that 7.5, I think that's going to be enough to keep Houston in this game. So, yeah, I'm with you there, Dwyer. Houston plus 7.5. And then our final college football game we have for this week is the Colorado Buffaloes. They'll be on the road against the Utah Utes, where Utah is a 13.5 point favorite.
Caden, we saw Colorado 2 weeks ago have the biggest. I mean, they're at the peak of the season right there, beating Iowa State. That was just absolutely huge for them. I think a bye week also does definitely help. Maybe it slows them down. It's a little scary, but I'm taking Colorado here to cover this line. I feel like even though Utah is a very good team, this is the most confidence I've had in Colorado all year. And I don't think they win this game by any means, but I definitely think they keep it close.
Yeah, Colorado, great win against Iowa State, like you said 2 weeks ago. Still should have been, DPI in the end zone there on that interception that kind of sealed the game. Don't know how you don't call that, but. And then, that's another week of rest, another week to prepare for this Utah team who just had to play at BYU last week, grueling 24-21 defeat. With that being said, give me the Utah Utes minus 13.5. They are a much better team. Devon Dampier is a much better quarterback he's just a better player, really, than anyone on Colorado besides Jordan Seaton. Like, this Utah team's better offensively, they're better defensively. Colorado's not that good, especially Colorado having to travel to Utah. You got to go play in Salt Lake against all those fans. Nah, Utah minus 13.5 to end our week.
All right.
And then my lock for college this week, as I didn't get to mine in one of the games we had talked about. My lock this week is in the 10 o'clock Mountain Time slate on Saturday. And it's the Northwestern plus 7.5 at Nebraska. You look at this Nebraska obviously a better team than Northwestern, but if you look at the whole season, just look at these last couple weeks, though. Over the last 3 weeks for Nebraska, you have them beating Michigan State, but giving up 27 points to them. They gave up 31 points to Maryland and only won by a field goal. And then last week, you lose 24-6 to Minnesota. Now you're coming in this week against a Northwestern team, which over the last 3 weeks had a 42-7 win against Louisiana Monroe, a 22-21 upset at Penn State, and then they shut out Purdue last week 19-0. This Nebraska offense is nothing special, nothing sexy, nothing fancy. They're not putting up big explosive plays to try and score quick. This Northwestern defense is good. I think they're going to be able to maintain control of the clock. Come in, cover this 7.5. And also on that, my lock is the 7.5. I'm probably also going to do something on Northwestern money line too, though, because I think they could very well come into Lincoln on Saturday and win this game.
I like it, Cade. I mean, I personally like Nebraska. I'm a big Nebraska Cornhuskers fan, but I like it. I like your. You convinced me. You convinced me.
Yeah. And just one more time for the people, Dwyer. What was your college lock this week?
Mine was. I don't know.
Illinois plus 4.5 at Washington.
I was thinking the Vandy game for some reason in my head. I was like, "Is the Vandy?" But no, it's U of I. Yes, I like them a lot this week.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on. Move on to our NFL slate this week. Where on Thursday Night Football, you got the Minnesota Vikings still being led by Carson Wentz, and they'll be on the road against the Los Angeles Chargers, where the Chargers are a 3-point favorite.
3 even. You have it at
3 even.
Give me the Chargers and a tough one, man. This Chargers team has not looked good. They've just been on the decline. They lost that line and they've just been struggling. Tough loss against the Colts, but I also think Colts are just a legitimately good team. But with that said, I like them at home, and I feel like the Vikings just had a tough loss against the Eagles. Hard fought game. Obviously ended up losing that game. So both are coming off losses, and it's kind of a crucial point of the year for both of these teams. And I'm going to be taking a home team here on Thursday night.
I'm also going to be taking the home team here on Thursday night with the Los Angeles Chargers. Like you said, they've not looked great ever since that O-line started going down with injuries. It's been lost in the run game, too, without Amari and Hampton. I still think Herbert's going to be able to sling it enough against this Vikings D. And that offense is not spectacular with Wentz at the helm. You're still, it's an old washed Carson Wentz at quarterback who's not that good. And I think the Chargers D-line is going to do enough to wreak some havoc there. So yeah, I'm with you. Chargers -3 there on Thursday night. Now looking at our Sunday slate, is the first game we'll talk about is the New York Giants coming off a brutal loss against the Denver Broncos. They will be on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles, where the Eagles are a 7-point favorite.
The Giants might be the weirdest team in football right now, honestly. They're the most exciting for sure, but yeah, it's just they looked so good that first half. First 3 quarters of the game, they looked so good. And, that claps. They're so young, it's hard to take what happened in that fourth quarter and, I've still come out of that game being a Giants fan happy. That was the best the offense has looked in a while. Rough loss. But with that said, I'm taking the Birds in this one. They're at home, 7 points. I don't trust Dart enough, and this is a better defense than what. The Broncos were a good defense. They are a good defense.
And the Giants did beat the Eagles just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I just don't see them doing that twice in a row. I doubt it. If you beat the Eagles twice in a row, no way. Give me the Eagles.
Hey, I don't think the Giants are going to win this game, but I do think a tight interdivision matchup on Sunday morning is what we're in store for, and that's what the Giants cover in that 7 points. Because, this Eagles offense is not as good as it was last year. They're not running the ball as well, throwing the ball as well. It's just not as good of an offense. And that defense is still good, yes, but I do think Dart, Scatabo, really just those two, they're going to be able to do the work offensively, be able to put up those points. I think just keep it close enough. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm not with you. I'm against you on this one with the Giants +7. Next game we got is the Cleveland Browns, and they'll be on the road against the New England Patriots, where the Patriots are a 7-point favorite.
Tough one again, but this Patriots team is rolling, man. Mike Vrabel has his team really cooking. We saw Cleveland have the best game of the season for them. Huge win for Stefanski. Oh, God, that's going to be bad.
Stefanski.
And this Browns team, it was like 31-3 or 6 or something like that. It was brutal for the Dolphins. I don't know how Mike McDaniel still has a job, but he does.
No idea.
But Drake May, man, what a guy. This guy has just looked like one of the best. Probably the most bright young quarterback in the league right now, at least in the last month. You can't tell me not. And yeah, although this Browns team had a good bounce back, week, I feel like at home, no way I'm not taking anyone against the Patriots.
Hey, the Browns had a good week last week, Dwyer, you're right. It's also against the Dolphins. Like, this Browns team still sucks. They're still really bad offensively. They're not. I mean, you have Myles Garrett, I guess, on defense, but other than that, not. I mean, it's a good defense. Like, it's a normal Browns defense, but it's hard to be scared of it when that offense is so bad. And Dylan Gabriel's not a good quarterback. They got no really receivers over there. I still love my boy Harold Fannin, but Patriots -7 at home. I mean, coming off a big win at Tennessee, Vrabel revenge game came through. I think they just keep rolling here on Sunday morning. Now we got, Evan, your Chicago Bears. As they'll be on the road against the Baltimore Ravens, where the Ravens are a 6.5-point favorite, even though Lamar Jackson still hasn't practiced.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take the Bears. I mean, even if I'm taking the Bears, even with the assumption that Lamar Jackson is back, just because this defense is so bad. I mean, this Ravens defense, it's a pass tunnel. Like, they run, like, they do anything. You can do anything. You're gonna put up points. I mean, if C.J. Stroud, with how bad the Texans' offense has been, was able to put up 40 on this defense, although I'm not the biggest Bears offense believer, this team's gonna put up points. This game, at the very minimum, is going to be close. I don't see the Ravens blowing them out, even if Lamar doesn't play. I mean, if Lamar doesn't play, I mean, how do you not take the Bears?
I mean, if Lamar doesn't play, Bears money line all day if somehow the Ravens are still favored. But, like, even if Lamar played, I think your point exactly. This Ravens defense is just so extremely bad that the Bears are going to be able to keep this close, whether it be DeAndre Swift on the ground, Caleb Williams slinging it in the air to a Dunze Burden or someone. Like, they're going to do enough. They're going to be able to keep it close just because this Ravens defense is one of the worst in the league and will give up probably like 25-plus points to this Bears team.
Yeah.
Next game we got is the San Francisco 49ers, who will be on the road against the Houston Texans, where the Texans are a 1.5-point favorite.
This was almost my lock of the week, Caden, for NFL, but I decided not for the other team. But 49ers all the way, man. This Texans team is so bad. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, who would have thought that this team, looking at it 2 years ago, was going to be in this spot where they are right now? Just not good. I mean, I think Seattle on the road, that's a tough team to go play, but they aren't a top 10 team. I think they're close, so they're a mediocre team at best, and you just got rolled by them. Plus, Nico Collins, late concussion, possibly going to miss next week. There's no way. You got to take the underdog. You got to take money line. 49ers all the way.
49ers all the way. Like, you're right. It's that simple. They had a big win against, the Falcons on Sunday Night Football. Really kind of, surprised both of us in that matchup. And yeah, you're going on the road against at Houston, but the Texans, like you said, they're not that good of a football team, especially if you're missing Nico Collins. That's horrible for this offense. It's just not going to go well. So yeah, Niners plus 1.5. Niners on the money line. Niners alt spread -2.5. Like, all the above. Also was almost my lock as well. But next game we got is the Dallas Cowboys, and they'll be traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos, where the Broncos are a 3.5-point favorite.
This is another tough one, man. Dallas has looked so good. I mean, getting CeeDee Lamb back in the lineup that's done wonders, man. I mean, George Pickens, if this team was any better, like if they had won more games, Dak would be probably the MVP favorite because he's just been on a tear. This offense has been, and although this defense is bad for Dallas, they're proving that their offense is good enough. They're going to just get in shootouts with teams, and they're going to outsling them. Really. Denver's been a weird team this year. I feel like they've They play with their competition. They really do. They really play down or play up to their competition. And I just feel like Cowboys are a weird team here, and I could see Cowboys coming in and taking this game.
So you're riding the Cowboys here?
Yes.
Yeah, this one's, like you said, interesting. 3.5's a weird number as well because you get that hook in there. The Cowboys' offense has been great. Their defense is still bad. It's going to be interesting to see because Dak is finally like not turning the ball over this last handful of games. Like it's like 12 tutties, like to 1 pick, I think. And now you're going against a Denver team, which is one of the best defenses in the league, has the most sacks by far in the league. A little Javonte Williams revenge game going back to Denver. Even still, I do think this Broncos team is better. Their defense is going to slow down Dak enough, and that Cowboys defense is bad. So I think Bo Nix will be able to hit Cortland Sutton or Evan Ingram or something a couple times down the field for some tutties. So I'm here riding the Broncos -3.5 on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Now moving into our primetime games to end the week. On Sunday Night Football, we got the Green Bay Packers. They'll be on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where the Packers are a 3-point favorite.
There's only one answer to this question, Caden. It's the Steelers all the way, man. You think Aaron Rodgers is going to go let his former team, the team that he spent how many seasons with, come in and beat them at home? No way. No way. 3.5. They're dogs, too, in this one.
3.
3 even? I don't care. Give me them money line. Aaron Rodgers is not losing this game. This is not my lock, but Aaron Rodgers is not losing this game.
I agree with you on the Steelers here. Aaron Rodgers, the most petty quarterback, or maybe just petty player in all of the NFL. So if you're getting his Green Bay Packers to come into town, he's going to do whatever is necessary to make sure the Steelers come out victorious on Sunday night. Mike Tomlin's still a great coach. I could see Jordan Love throwing a pick or two in prime time. So I'm with you. Steelers +3.
Also,
Now,
before we go, Packers do not look good. I remember I called they don't look good. I said in the beginning of the year they aren't going to be
best defense of all time.
I mean the Cardinals.
That's what you said.
I know, but then preseason I was like, take their under and the season wins because I don't think they're that good. Because the Cardinals almost beat them. But carry on.
Jacoby Brissett, baby.
These look good.
And then our Monday night game to end the week will be Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs, where the Chiefs are a 10-point favorite.
Is that confirmed? That Daniels can play?
More likely than not.
Okay, yeah. Even if this Chiefs team is fully unlocked, that's unleashed. Rashid has been unlocked. You should have cashed your Super Bowl, checks in then when they were down because this is it, man. This offense is humming, and I still think they're going to still make more moves too. Chiefs all the way, man. They look like a completely different team with Rashid Rice there, right? Am I wrong? So,
no.
Yeah.
You're right. That offense looked incredible last week against the Raiders. Now you're still at home. Commanders' defense ain't great. And the Commanders' defense just gave up 40-something to the Packers last week. So, I think the Chiefs, especially with Mariota at quarterback for Washington, the Chiefs are going to, at home, win this by a couple tuds. Maybe a couple tuds and a field goal. Just a nice, easy victory for them on Monday night. And then, Dwyer, we just went through all our games without either of our locks for the NFL, so I'll have you start us off here with your NFL lock of the week.
All right, Caden. My lock of the week is the Bengals 6.5 over the Jets. Joe Flacco, man. Joe Flacco looked like the man last Thursday against the Steelers. And Steelers aren't a good defense, but neither are the Jets this year. And Jets don't have a good offense either. You look at Joe Flacco in his career, the guy's been really good. And if you look at his wide receiver core, he's not had a wide receiver that's even close to what he has with Higgins and Chase. And, we saw 23 targets to Chase is insane. That's just insane. But
on my head in fantasy.
Got the job done. Joe Flacco, Joe Cool, he got the job done. And this offense is going to be humming with Joe, honestly. I really think so. And 6.5, this Jets team, they're switching over to Tyrod Taylor as their quarterback. Which I feel like they had to do something because Fields just wasn't the answer. But Bengals are they're gonna put up too many points for the Jets to even think twice.
Yeah, I like that. I do. I like that a lot with the Bengals -6.5. That's not my lock though. Could have been, but no. I got the Bucks -5.5 against the Saints on Sunday. I know it's a divisional matchup, but this Saints team's bad. Spencer Rattler's not a good quarterback. Definitely a bottom 5 quarterback in the league. this offense is terrible. Their defense isn't good. I know Mike Evans died last night, and you don't have him anymore. But
Yeah,
you
Tez
still
Johnson.
you got Tez Johnson, Kate Otten. You still got a Mecca. Godwin will. I mean, I don't know if he's back this week, but he's out there in the void somewhere. Baker just finds people to give the ball to. I think against a really bad Saints team, they should cover this 5.5 here.
I like the read. I like it. The Saints team is really bad. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do.
Also, but with them, when are they going to start Tyler Shuck finally?
That's a good point. I mean,
They picked him in the second round as a 26, 27-year-old rookie. And then they're like, Spencer Rattler, here you go.
yeah. I mean, you look at his stats, Rattler isn't bad, but it's also him playing catch up the entire game. So it's like so I think at some point we're gonna definitely see it. Do they have one win? Are they 1-6?
They have one win.
Yeah, so we'll see it soon.
The only winless team still is the New York Jets, and as someone with the Saints fewest wins ticket, the Jets scare me a lot right now. 'Cause that team's awful. That team's terrible.
Yeah, I'm free Brees, dude. Free Brees.
Free Brees. Brees to the Patriots? No,
Bro, you guys
it would never happen in division.
Yeah,
It would never
no way.
happen. No, Chris
You guys
Olave to
are
the Patriots.
Olave, Suave, dude.
Olave to the Pats. Look out.
The blue tent king, dude. But he lives in the blue tent.
Yes, he does. Well, those are our picks for this week. Dwyer, do you have anything else for us before we do depart?
We're just gonna keep it rolling, Caden. We're gonna keep these picks rolling and stay hot. That's my final word on the day.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, yeah. Thank you guys all for watching today's episode of the Untouchaballs podcast. If you did, make sure to go down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And then like this video as well. Comment down below. What are your guys' locks of the week? What do you think of our picks as well? Turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload of the Untouchaballs podcast. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.